Hey you guys, the planet Venus moved into Capricorn on November 5th, 2021 and will stay here until March 6th, 2022. So Venus is going to be in Capricorn for like a really long time. And the planet Pluto is already in Capricorn. So this planet, Venus, will conjunct Pluto 3 times actually, okay, because it's moving in direct motion. On December 11th, 2021, it will conjunct Pluto. Then it turns retrograde on December 19th and will conjunct Pluto again on Christmas, okay, December 25th, 2021. Then turns direct on January 29th, 2022. And will conjunct Pluto again on March 3rd, 2022. Okay, so it says 3 times that this planet conjuncts Pluto. Excuse me. Okay, now the Sun, Mercury, and Mars will also move into Capricorn, and they will also conjunct Pluto. But this combination, we'll get to those conjunctions through like the weekly forecast that I do, okay? But the combination of Venus and Pluto together for as long as it's going to be kind of brings about a little bit of an obsessive quality, okay? Wherever you have Capricorn in your chart, that's where this conjunction is going on. And it looks like, especially on that Christmas, you know, it being exact on Christmas Day, and actually the 11th, like twice in 1 month, okay? So anyways, we're going to start with Aries, where you have Capricorn in your chart is your 10th house, where, again, like I said, Pluto already is and Venus is there now, okay? So this conjunction takes place in your 10th house of your career, your public and professional, like persona, you know, like how the public views and speaks about you publicly. It's your most public house in your chart. You know, I can't get any more specific than that, okay? But it is like how you're known by reputation for your career, but also personally. So this is personal status and professional status, okay? So having Pluto here for as long as it has been, obviously your career has pretty much changed over the years, or you have kept the same career, but you have changed ways of doing things there, you know, that have become standard for whatever your profession is. You know what I mean? Like you either made some kind of new shortcut or some discovery or whatever it is you do for a living. Okay, you changed the way that is now done, not just by you, but it could be across the board for everyone. Okay, Pluto does that. It gives you the power to influence millions of people, okay, large groups of people. So maybe you're even like some kind of influencer though too, also. But this conjunction of Venus and Pluto in your 10th house of your most public life kind of means like it's almost going to be like how Capricorn people will be with the conjunction in their first house. Okay, I always say, you know, it's almost like the same thing when Venus is in your own sign, in your first house, or in your 10th house. It's almost like you can do no wrong. People are attracted to you like magnetically. This mesmerizes people though. With these two planets together, the Venus is the allure, the mesmerizing is like Pluto. You know, these two things together are just, people just automatically fall in love with you when they lay eyes on you. They could even just see a picture of you somewhere, even on social media, and just like, you know, you could be like a media darling even overnight. But I always say, like, as an example, if you think of the very first Austin Powers movie where he's running down, you know, the credits are showing and he's running down the street and these girls are screaming and they're running after him. That's like what this is. This is that kind of fandom, okay? So if you're some kind of celebrity, or just well known even in your own area. You're going to get an awful lot of attention at this time. And you know, if you are in the public eye, period, people are curious about your love life, you know, romance, period. There'll be all kinds of stuff coming out about you at this time, you know. So if I were you, I would just be very careful about what I did when I was out in public. Anything could happen, okay? So for Taurus, you have Capricorn on your 9th house. So Pluto has been in your 9th house for many years now, right? So it has probably changed your views on religion, you know, however you were raised, especially if you were raised in one religion, maybe now you're something completely different. Okay, your philosophy also has changed in some way where you may possibly have adopted other cultures into your philosophy now, and in fact into your daily routine. Excuse me. Such as, like, you know, yoga or something that you know, another culture may do that you maybe not have done as you were taught, you know, growing up and stuff like that. All kinds of changes here, okay? But this is the house of long-distance travel, space exploration, adventure, treasure hunting, the house of higher learning, media and publishing. It is an internet house. It's a long-distance communication and travel house. It's foreign anything, foreign people, countries, cultures. They're, you know, somebody's way of doing something different, someone who has a background completely different than yours, okay? So all of these things have, like, become a little bit more intense in your life, or a little bit more interesting to you. Now with Venus here, you may end up going on, let's say, something like, I don't know if you would even ever be interested in something like this, but like an educational travel opportunity where you go on like an archaeological dig or something, or you go to, I don't know, the space boot camp, you know, where you learn how to be an astronaut, no matter what your age, okay, just to do it, just to do something different, you know, or you go, I don't know, panning for gold even, you know, or looking for a buried treasure, something that is just like a little bit different, okay? You could also have a very intense romantic relationship, and if it isn't romantic, it is a very close friendship with someone who lives at a distance or is in another country or is even from another country. They are a foreigner, okay? And you could also take up the study of something, even if it's like Greek mythology or something like that, even astrology, you know, but it's just out of curiosity. It's not really like you're going to do anything with it, but at this time your mind is like gravitating towards things that are very interesting and curious, but they have to be fun too, and not like too much you know, not too much thought being put into it, because Venus is still like really lighthearted here, okay? No matter what planet it's conjuncting, it's still Venus, and Venus doesn't like really like anything too serious, okay? For Gemini, you have Capricorn on the 8th house cusp, okay? So Pluto has been in your 8th house for a while. Now it is the natural ruler along with Mars of the 8th house, which is death and rebirth, regeneration. This is transforming yourself in some way or other. Could have been some kind of reason for this. It could have been the death, an actual death that was very close to you, someone who was very close to you, so that it has transformed you in some way because this person is no longer in your life. That maybe they were your rock, and this was the person you went to all the time for help or advice or whatever, you know. So you ended up standing on your own 2 feet and actually becoming more like this person. So you transformed yourself, and still are, into the kind of person they were because you admired them that much. They were like a mentor, okay? This is also the house of passive money and anything coming to you through means other than earning it. But it is a money house, okay? It's the house of legacies and inheritances, okay? Settlements of any kind, legal settlements, insurance payouts, refunds of any kind, credit. This is where the bank and the IRS fall, okay, in this house. Any kind of financial institution, even a credit card company. Okay, so now having Venus here, it does make you a little bit, maybe a teensy bit obsessive about possibly a legacy that was in your family that you've always wanted, you know, that you feel should be yours. And maybe it is actually, you know, but somewhere down the line, maybe you are in someone's will, but maybe you don't know that just yet. But there could be like a question about who gets what, who gets something or other, and you are really like focused on this thing. This is very important to you that you get whatever, not even just money. I mean, if you are owed money, owed period, okay, but also if there is a legacy of some kind that is yours, that is money. You know, this is something that you know, if there are other people involved, you may be really, really focused on that to make sure that you get what was supposed to be yours. That, you know, whomever's leaving it to you wanted you to have it, right? Not someone else. So you're just ensuring that what's yours is yours, okay? This is also the house of like intimacy and sex with your partner, okay? So this could get like really intense at this time. It's obsessive. Venus and Pluto together are obsessive. Okay, so it could become like, I don't know, something extraordinary or something that transcends you in some way or other. You got to remember, this planet's going to move. Venus is going to move. So up until March, you could be like transfixed on someone, you know, just like, oh my God, you know, this, you know, whatever, they're just otherworldly in some way or other, and they're not, okay? So, but you'll find that out soon enough when this planet leaves this area, okay? So for Cancer, you have Capricorn on the 7th house cusp. Capricorn is your opposite sign, so it's directly across from whatever planets or rising sign that you have in Cancer. So Pluto's in your 7th house over so many years, and even Saturn being here and whatever. This is the 7th house is the house of close relationships and partnerships, like a business partnership or romantic partnership or even close friends. This is also the house of open enemies and competition even. Okay, just having Pluto here was enough. And then when Saturn moved in here, it got even worse, kind of. These two planets are planets of endings, you know. But Pluto's were like really power hungry. So whomever you were close with in a partnership, even at the even now, they like really try to pull all the power in the relationship, call all the shots. They try to rule over you. Sometimes, even when Saturn was here before it moved into Aquarius, they tried to keep you under their thumb. I always say there's somebody or even an institution of some kind, a government institution of some kind, that just yanks your chain. You know, they keep, it's almost like there's someone or something in your life where you have to check with them first before you're allowed to do something like live your life or whatever, you know, something weird like that. It doesn't even matter if that's not true or is true. It's the feeling that you have, though. It's like that you have no power over your own life. But you do, actually. Sometimes you're actually very, very powerful. But that doesn't take away from the fact that this planet has been in your 7th house for a long time, with Venus here, it's almost like possibly meeting a new romantic partner, a business partner, making a new friend. If it's a new friend, you're like so floored by them. They're like perfect. They're the perfect friend even that you've been looking for how long. As far as romance goes, if you're already involved in one, this makes it even more intense. You know, that Pluto and Venus together is obsessive. Okay, so out of the blue, you know, your partner could all of a sudden become jealous or accuse you of, I don't know, doing all kinds of wild stuff that never even happened. You know, just, or you could start to feel this way, you know, even yourself about your partner. Even if it's a business partner, you might think that they're, I don't know, looking for another partner, or they're going to leave the business and leave you hanging, you know, or whatever, something like that. But it's obsessive in your close relationships. So just keep that in mind, because the Venus will leave here in March. And so will all these feelings, okay? So for Leo, where you have Capricorn in your chart is your 6th house, okay, of the workplace and the kind of work that you do. This house has been very active for you the past couple years, with Saturn being here before and Jupiter being here before that. But there were like so many planets in this house at one time. Right now, all there is Pluto, which has changed the kind of work that you do, or the way you actually earn a living, the way you work, where you work even, the people that you work with even. Your schedule, how the work is done. If you don't work at all, you're retired. You know, there's still something about like your daily schedule that's structured in some way or other, okay? Having Venus here does bring actually a nice like rapport with all of your co-workers. If you're actually, even if you're not working in person and you're working from home, there's still a really nice relationship with everyone at this time. Okay, it does kind of make I don't know, you could get even like a new employee or a new boss here, you know, because Venus and Pluto together are obsessive. Okay, so everybody could you know, think that this new person is like really hot, you know, and just be like transfixed on them in such a way that you're all very curious about this person and want to know more about them and their personal life and all this other stuff that's maybe a little bit inappropriate. The 6th house is also the house of your health. Venus does make you want to eat a lot of sweets, eat a lot of stuff that isn't good for you, pig out on junk food, drink more than normal, like alcohol and stuff. So that could actually be something that goes on here at this time. You might gain a little weight, maybe not that much, but your health could be, or you could be like kind of obsessive even in that area about your health, where you over exercise, or like refuse to eat, or do things like fast and don't eat at all for like days or something weird like that, you know. Or you could be obsessed with like your health, period, you know, trying all kinds of new you know, ways to, I don't know, take better care of yourself. But whatever the latest craze is at this time as far as exercising goes, or some form of I don't know, yoga or whatever, some kind of workout, you know. So you could you know, kind of like be up on something like that. But whatever it is, you could just overdo it. That's all. Overdo it in this area. Okay, so for Virgo, where you have Capricorn in your chart is your 5th house. You know, you've had Pluto here for how long? Okay, so it really has changed. The 5th house is the house of fun and romance. Okay, could really have changed your idea of fun, what you now do for fun, the kind of people that you're attracted to as far as romance goes, what you do for entertainment, even like the kind of films that you watch could be kind of dark or crime. Everything's like crime or mysteries or something, you know, in there. Especially if you were like a romance kind of person. There's a lot of action films in there now. You know, having Venus here, though, really, really, if you are already involved with someone, this is like a really faded kind of feeling about your romance. Especially if you just meet someone at this time, you could be like, oh, this is my soulmate, you know, and just be mesmerized by this person. Or someone could actually do this to you, okay? And this could continue all the way up until March, as long as this transit's here. Okay, someone could just feel like, you know, this is like some otherworldly kind of romance, you know, and just be totally infatuated with you, or vice versa. I don't think this will lead to stalking of any kind, but it could lead to, you know, somebody just being jealous for no reason, or trying to kind of push you around, trying to dictate your schedule or something like that, or I don't know, just looking to get a charge out of you, drama, you know, something like that. Kind of weird, but as far as creativity goes, though, I mean, this could come up with something really, really nice that somewhere down the line, it could be like a work of art no matter what it is, okay? It could be film, painting, something written, you know, but I think that somewhere down the line it's going to affect a lot of people. Like it will be like well received by a lot of people, you know, like be out there in the public eye or something like that. Okay, so for Libra, where you have Capricorn in your chart is your 4th house of your family life, where you actually physically live, like your home, apartment, and the property surrounding it, the people you live with, if it's your family or a roommate, or even if you live alone. This is your past and your childhood, and it's also like your personal life. Okay, so Pluto being here, you know, for so many years has changed all of these things, the even family dynamic even, you know. You could have maybe one person in your family that is very power wielding kind of whatever, you know, they're laying down the law, and this is the way they want things done in the home, or you know, that could even be you, you know, but there could have been, like, since Pluto has been here, a lot of power exchanges between the people who are living under the same roof, you know, either family or a roommate, or if it isn't, you know, if you live alone, there's still something going on, okay, within your, like, ability to just kind of rule your own life in a way, you know. People from your past may keep re-entering. People that you would have liked to stay in your past just seem to surface out of nowhere, you know, and you're like, they belong in your past, whatever. Okay, but having Venus here, okay, Venus in your 4th house means that there's like a lot of really nice, pleasant times occurring within your home or in a home setting. If you are dating someone even right now, the majority of your times will be spent like over a dinner, or even if like you're going out or something like that, it's dinner or something kind of homey, or it is actually dinner within the home in a movie or something like that in a home setting. Okay, but the Pluto conjunct Venus thing means that, you know, you may have your eye on, you know, doing something really specific with your living area or something, like Venus makes you want to beautify where you live. Okay, usually it's like doing things like buying, you know, new curtains, or sheets and pillowcases or something, so, you know, new rugs, something like that. But this is going to be here for a while, and it will keep conjuncting Pluto, like a big time major planet here, right? So you could become like, I don't know, a little bit obsessive with getting something exactly the way you want it. You know, maybe you saw it in a magazine, or maybe you saw it, you know, who knows where. You know, but leafing through the internet even, you know, you saw something that you would like to have within your home, or you want it done that same way, something or other. Okay, so for the next, you know, from now up until March, you may be kind of like trying to track down somebody, or who can do this very thing to your home, or you're going to try to learn how to do it yourself, or, you know, you'll buy the stuff or do whatever. But it looks like you may be taking on like a pretty big project when it comes to your physical surrounding. You're going to want to change it or beautify it in some way that suits you and not necessarily everyone else. Okay. So for Sagittarius, where you have Capricorn in your chart, I'm sorry, for Scorpio. Okay. For Scorpio, you have Capricorn on your third house of your everyday life. This is your neighbors in your neighborhood. I've mentioned many times that, you know, having Pluto here sometimes brings a little bit of the criminal element to your neighborhood, where you have like a neighbor that nobody could figure out. They have no visible means of support. So you can't figure out how do they live, and they're like maybe the biggest drug dealer in you know, wherever, and you live in a gated community. So what about that, huh? Oh well. But anyway, so something like that. There could be something in your neighborhood that has changed it. It maybe used to be a really great and safe, nice neighborhood, and now it has changed into, you know, a lot of crime and stuff, and just a lot of dangerous things possibly going on in your area. But there could also be not that, but it could be something like a lot of construction going on, a lot of new businesses coming into the area and taking away from your living area, like your neighborhood. You know, maybe it was like semi-residential, you know, but it was like kind of like country living or whatever, and now there's too many businesses moving in, you know. But there are some good things that Pluto may have brought into the area also, such as like your schools, you know, could have had a total overthrow of like their curriculum, you know, that is including all kinds of stuff that probably should have been there all along, and some of the other stuff may be removed. That you have possibly taken up, I don't want to say public speaking, but you've made your voice known somewhere along the way. You might have written something that was pretty profound, could affect your whole area or your neighborhood, or something on the internet. You could have like really quite a presence on the internet where you are influencing an awful lot of people. Okay, now having Venus here means that, you know, you're attracting, like, you could be attracting an awful lot of people right now. If you do have, let's say, like even a YouTube channel, you could get an awful lot more subscribers right now. You know, you could just like really, your whole site, even if you have a website, could just like take off while this transit's going on, okay? As far as romance goes, though, because Venus and Pluto together makes a little bit of an obsessive quality, you know, about romance. So this could be a time where you are sending or are receiving like little notes, you know, could be even through like the regular postal mail, little love notes or something like that, or text messages. You know, if you're not normally like that, all of a sudden you could just get this urge to do something like that. Or again, you could just be like on the receiving end. But, you know, this is happening in your like your third house of your immediate area and neighborhood. Okay, so whatever's happening could just be like something close by. It's not like, you know, you have to travel or anything like that, even though this is a nice travel house, but it's short distance travel, like overnighters or weekenders or even a day trip. So you could actually do something like that, you know, take some kind of trip that really, to visit a place. I would have to say a gallery of some kind because Venus is involved here. Have to be an art gallery or museum or something like that, but it does influence you in some way to, I don't know, create something of your own, but it really impresses you in some way that stays with you. Okay. So for Sagittarius, where you have Capricorn in your chart is your second house of earned income, how you earn your money, your possessions, your valuables even. This is like where fine jewelry and coins, you know, any kind of investments like bonds and stuff like that, stocks go, you know, but it's not just your valuables, but also your personal values. Okay, so this has changed like drastically over how many years, you know, however the way you earn a living has changed or is at least altered in some way or other. Okay. You know, just having Jupiter and Saturn just here, you know, brought even more of a change in this area. But having Venus and Pluto both here at the same time, okay, Venus will help to attract money to you. You could have whatever it is that you do for a living. It doesn't matter what it is, because right now Venus is attracting money to you, but it's more than likely through work that you're doing that is Venus related, such as beauty, art, entertainment, something like that. Okay, it's Venus rolled. Okay, so it is creating more money coming into you through beautiful work that you're doing. Okay, it's also though a time where you may be obsessed with wanting to buy a certain thing. You have your eye on something and you want it. Okay, Venus and Pluto together do kind of bring about a little bit of obsession. Okay, but it's in a money house. So you could be obsessed with just that, you know, even making more money. You know, where's the money? Money, 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 you know. But you could also be obsessed with buying something or owning something that you've had your eye on for like a really long time. And you could just be like saving up for that. But it looks like it's going to be possible because you know, this Venus will be trining Uranus in your sixth house of the kind of work that you do. Okay, Uranus is in Taurus, so it will be creating these trines off and on. So you're going to be making money from, I'd have to say, something that you love. Okay. For Capricorn, you know, obviously, Capricorn's on your first house, so that's where Pluto has been for like a while now. And all these other planets like Jupiter and Saturn were just here. So you've been transited, okay, and your personality has really changed somewhat. You know, with Pluto usually in the first house makes you very intense. Okay, even if you're not normally, people view you that way. You may not view yourself that way, but you come off as like pretty intense. Okay, and people might think that you're kind of power hungry and wanting everything your way. Or whatever, okay? So having Venus here, though, softens that whole, like, outer persona. If that's the way sometimes people are viewing you. Venus here is very alluring, and it's drawing people to you. This is, I've said, you know, in, I believe it was in the monthly for November, that you will be beating them off with a baseball bat. That is how desirable people are finding you. This is like, you know, Dracula, how Dracula mesmerized their victims with just their eyes, you know, or just luring them in or something like that. That's what this does. You don't even have to do anything. You just be sitting there and someone could just lay eyes on you and just automatically fall in love. Okay? So you are like, you're the it person. You're the in girl or boy or whatever at this time. You know, you could even just like be, actually meet someone though, you know, at this time and just fall madly in love. This could be a time where you encounter, like, let's say, like a soulmate or a fated relationship that's, you know, supposed to happen. So, but, you know, just remember that Venus and Pluto together kind of govern obsession. And if you are already in a relationship, somebody just out of the blue could start, I don't know, second guessing you, accusing you of being cheating, or are you having an affair? Are you seeing somebody else? They're jealous all of a sudden, and that wasn't a problem before. You know, it's just like the drama. Sometimes it just brings a lot of drama into your life. You know, it doesn't even mean that any of that's true. It's just little things like this may pop up a little bit more at this time. Okay, so for Aquarius, where you have Capricorn in your chart is your 12th house, okay, of secrets and behind the scenes actions taken by you or someone else. It's the subconscious mind. It's your mind of dreams. It's also known as the house of self-undoing, because you can literally drive yourself crazy by overthinking things or thinking things that aren't true. Okay, whatever. Having Pluto here, though, does make you dwell on, you know, because Pluto is moving into your first house and it's in late degrees of Capricorn right now. So I'm sure a lot of you could actually feel the presence of Pluto in your sign already. Even though it's not actually in your sign, it's still getting close enough. Okay, it's very, very intense. In your 12th house, it's changed your way of thinking. In fact, you're probably wondering where some of the thoughts that you have been thinking were coming from. And they could be pretty dark, like really dark. Even when it moves into your first house, you'll notice that you think about death a lot more, or are attracted to more horror films or true crime novels, or, you know, just not really obsessed, but just like have to know about this murder or something or other. You know, how did they find them, or, you know, just whatever. You know, it might be a big surprise to you, like, why am I even watching this stuff, you know? But it's just the attraction, that's all. It's curious, it's mystery. That's what Pluto is it's mystery, like mystery and suspense, even, if we're going to talk about films, okay? We're having Venus here. Okay, these two planets together really bring an obsession of some kind. Usually it's in romance, okay? And the 12th house being the house of secrets, I mean, if you were ever, this just kind of like almost screams affair, okay? You're going to have a secret affair. But you might not, you might just have it in your mind, you know. You may lay eyes on someone and just be like suddenly attracted to them, but you don't want anyone to know about it. You're not going to act on it or anything, so you can dream about it, right? It's not going to hurt anyone, you know, but this could like really build into something in your mind, you know what I mean? It could become an obsession of some kind, or you could find out that you're someone's obsession. You know, somebody, you could have like some kind of weird, you know, secret admirer or something that suddenly decides to like show themselves, you know, or not really show themselves. They still want to be secret, but just they appear like in your life in some way or other, even if it's like through some kind of weird communications or you know, whatever. But this whole thing is dealing with romance and secrets and things that happen behind the scenes. Okay, so you know, I don't know. You could even stumble across, and this is like a Lifetime movie. Okay, this is Lifetime material. okay, for the lifetime station, right? Where you, I don't know, stumble across someone else's affair, you know, and it's like kind of uncomfortable, you know, and you don't know what to say or how to act around them, or you know, something, it puts you in a weird position because you don't know if you should speak up, and you know, especially if it's friends and it's happening to one of your friends, so they're involved. You want them to know that this is going on, right? So do you or don't you? You know, say anything or what? That's something you have to figure out yourself. Okay. So for Pisces, where you have Capricorn in your chart is your 11th house, okay? So Pluto has been in your 11th house of friends and acquaintances, where you would normally go to hang out, any kind of group or organization that you belong to. It's like your most sociable house. It's social media. It's belonging to an organization. Or this is also the house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. So having Pluto here means that, you know, you're the kind of friends that you have in your life now are maybe like activists. They're like, it could be even like a group, okay, because Pluto affects large groups of people. So you could be part of some kind of group where you're changing the world, even, you know, for the better. But some of your friends now, they're not like the light-hearted types that maybe you were with in the past. They're like, you know, very serious about certain subjects, or that you share in common, or, you know, like they're like friends, but they're I don't want to say more worthwhile friends, but they do something for you. They enhance your personality in some way, even if it's through like knowledge. Whereas maybe some of your other friends were just like fun to drink with, you know, whatever. So your type of friend or people that you're attracting is a little different. I mean, it's not like you got rid of your old friends. It's just that newer people coming into your life in the past so many years, they're a little bit more intense, okay? So having Venus here at this time means that, you know, you could like really run into somebody when you're out somewhere socializing. Maybe you're at even a live, you know, concert or something. This is like times where, you know, you meet somebody at a concert and you're like really young, okay? And then you end up knowing them till like you're into old age. It's like one of those kind of relationships possibly where you make a friendship like this right now. Or you could meet someone like romantically even, and just find a very faded quality about the relationship. Like, this is my soulmate. You know, this is the one I'm supposed to be with. So, you know, all kinds of fun stuff here. But you have to remember that Venus and Pluto together brings about an obsessive quality where you kind of like overdo it a little bit. Maybe you're even in a current relationship that's been long term, and you could start wondering, you know, are they messing around with one of my friends? Or did even if it isn't romance, it's your friends. You know, did your friends all go someplace and they didn't ask you? You know, all of a sudden you're like jealous. You know, or getting very possessive. You know, with your friends or with anything. You know, but if you have a romantic relationship with someone that's been long term, this could be like when even they start acting up with you, like accusing you of, I don't know, being out with your friends too much and not them. What do you do when you're out with your friends? You know, like all of a sudden they're jealous and accusing you of, I don't know, seeing someone else or wanting to, you know, and it just comes out of the blue. You know, there's no reason for it. So it all passes, though. When Venus leaves this area, all that stuff goes away. It's just, it brings about this kind of quality to whatever kind of relationship you're having, and it just makes people get a little bit, you know, out there for just this brief period of time, thankfully. Okay, so I hope everyone enjoyed this little talk we've had. Okay, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like and share this video. Check out my Ask Me a Question in the description box below. It's for people who only want to know one or two things about their chart. But if you would like to have your entire chart done, there's a link there to my website. Okay, you have to remember this was just a general forecast. So if you wanted something more specific, you would have to have your chart done. Okay, and also check out my monthly forecast and my weeklies. See you later. Bye.